school graduation and community service. How do these two things fit together for the better? In today's world, teenagers live for themselves. They don't think about little old sweet Miss Margaret who lost her husband 2 months ago, or Mr. Johnny who can't walk anymore. They don't think about all the homeless people living under the bridge that would gladly take a cup of hot soup or a warm embrace. They think about their next Facebook status or a new selfie for their profile pictures. In old times, teenagers had already been working for years. They helped take care of the older men and women. They helped anyone in need and would give their last penny to whoever needed it. There was no disrespect. I think that a great solution to the utter disrespect that high schoolers have towards people who need help would be that to graduate high school, they should have to complete so many hours of community service before the end of their senior year. Claire Koenig made a good statement in her article on Silver Chips Online. She said, "Encouraging good work for a good cause is one thing, driving students to the good work for the sake of graduating is another." In Tracy Hoover's article, "Should Community Service Be a Graduation Requirement?" she interviewed a girl that had to do community service in high school, and this is what she said. "At my high school, we were required to complete 10 hours of community service in order to receive an honors diploma. I fulfilled my hours by feeding the destitute in a local soup kitchen, cleaning and planting in the fresh air as a part of a park beautification project, and finally, stuffing envelopes for a human rights group. It was an interesting and eye-opening experience. I felt both a rush of empowerment and an enhanced appreciation for the tremendous difficulties and beautiful possibilities out there in the world beyond my teenage bubble." This young lady enjoyed her community service that she did. She gave back to the community in a very positive way instead of disrespecting her community. In projectsabroad.org, they talk about how very often community service is not required to graduate, but that if you got hours of community service, it can look good on a college application and you can receive scholarships for doing it also. So not only does it help teenagers be a better person and help others, but it can help them when they decide to further their education one day. On debate.org, multiple people had great comments about community service in high school. Some examples are, "I am a high school student. Yes, homework, TV, your social life, the internet, sports, and sleep are important. But I don't have enough time is no excuse to not help others. Teenagers are lazy. If they aren't forced to do something, they won't do it. Go require community service." And another said, "Being a student myself, I've learned after many years of volunteering that it is precious because you're helping someone. This can range from helping a student with homework they don't understand or serving food at a homeless shelter. Being required to do community service may not please everyone, but when it comes down to it, community service pushes your limits. It pushes you to be active in your community instead of being at home and watching television or getting into trouble. For me, community service was a way to be needed because sometimes I would feel so stressed out or depressed. Community service can also be so much fun. For example, I was an aide at an art camp for young children, and I had a blast. There, I was able to create art using clay while helping other kids with their art projects. Nearby to this art camp, there was other aides helping a basketball camp. Throughout the days, I would see the aides end up playing basketball to show the kids how to play. Community service should not feel like a burden, but a gift that allows you to be you. These two young men are students, and they strongly believe that it should be a requirement, a way to find yourself while you're helping others. Mia Cobb said in her article on UnitedWay.org that there was 5 great reasons for high school students volunteering. Her 5 points were that it helps them gain new skills, make them look good on a college resume or even a job resume. It helps them become selfless by giving their time to other people. It shows they are responsible, and it helps them earn credits at school. There are so many things high school students could do to give back to the community. They can help feed and clothe the homeless. They could walk an older man or woman's dog if they can't walk it themselves. They can read to children or read to someone who is blind. There are so many ways to help out in a community that can be fun and make them feel like they have a purpose. Teenage years are the most crucial times of one's life, and if we could fill our teenagers' mind with more positive things to do, then they wouldn't have as much time for drugs and toxic things that can infect their young minds. Choose community service as a requirement for high school graduation to help better our children.